Shout out to the mama chief. Yeah, you be quiet when Big Mama speak. What she gave us is a part of me. It flows through my arteries. Even on that journey, that love grows how the garden be. The first to teach us when we sick, the first to heal us. Mama's boy, yeah, you know, her pride and joy. Soul food, yeah, you know, I'm an enjoy. Calm you down just by the sound of her voice. There isn't another feeling inside when they cheering you on at your game and you feeling the pride. You and your siblings fighting, she gon' make you put the feelings aside. She can't lead you down the road, but she can give you the guide. Where you think I get that blissful look in my eyes? I need a side of ice cream with Mama's apple pie. You know for sure for Mama Chief, you know I'ma ride. Cause we all need our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all love our Mama Chiefs. The greatness, the patience, the foundation, the knowledge passed down so many generations. Our motivation, I just wanna thank you for my creation. Cause we all love our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all need our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all ride for Mama Chief. The dedication, I seen your tears at my graduation. Now look, Ma, your boy that made it. You the reason I'm one of the greatest. Yeah, cause we all need our Mama
Copyright
Chiefs.
disclaimer.
Yeah, we all
Under
love our Mama
Section
Chiefs.
107
Yeah, we all ride
of
for
the
Mama
Copyright
Chiefs.
Act of 1976,
Now be
allowance
quiet,
is
let Big Mama
made
speak.
for fair use, for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips in the balance of the favor of fair use. Mirror, mirror on the wall, can you tell me? Forget it, man. Just forget it. Yo, save your energy. Welcome to Blended Humor. When you are the person that everyone brings their issue to, it's hard to keep the amount of energy needed to take care of you. It's okay to love all of the people in your circle. Some of them could be like daughters or sons or mentees or mentors, and some are on a level with you as maybe a sister or a brother. And it's important to remember that regardless of who they are to you, they must go their own path. Being willing to walk knowing that they will not always choose their own wellness. You see, when you are the one they come to, there are spaces where you may to be too hard for that person because no one wants to be told that their behavior should be corrected because it's the core behind that unfavorable situation at the time. And you supposed to be the one to defend and nurture the same person that you love from an authentic space. Save your energy. Us as women sometimes have to bear the support to do so because we love these other people and we're connected to them and hurt when these other women or men are hurt. Unfortunately, in the name of self-care, you will have to decide when it's time to protect your energy and your emotional space. Though you know why these people respond in the way that they don't in many spaces, because it's hurtful to you, because become the rock by which you break every situation against. Save your energy. It's time. It takes a lot of time and effort when someone get them to see where their behavior could be detrimental to themselves. But then you get accused of blaming them, condemning them, and not loving them. But there are times that you endure that aggressive behavior because that's the product of having a temper tantrum on their side. When they realize that you were right and you had their best interests at heart, they feel that you know their heart. So they never apologize to you for the hurtful things that they said or whatever they did. And that's hard to carry when you realize that there are so many different hardships out there that you face alone because they don't offer you a quarter of the support that you give. They ain't dropping everything to answer you. But then you are accused of not caring when you need a moment or two to yourself. There comes a point in your life where you must understand that love does not have to equal taking abuse from those people that you support. And you deserve the same degree of care that you give. If you don't allow your circle to grieve alone, you should not be left to grieve alone. You feel me? It's very hard to remove yourself as that person that everybody comes to and they want to dump on you and they asking you to correct some things and the expectation that they have of you, of the care and the answers. Don't forget that you're supposed to be the cheerleader too. But what happens when you turn out to be the villain? Because you frustrated. Because you being take out on. You know what I mean? You become the punching bag. Save your energy. Save your emotional and mental energy so you can maintain your physical energy. You got to hold those people that are around you accountable for their actions and the treatment that they do to you. You got to surround yourself with people that are accountable to their own energy because you'll find this will cause them to value you and your energy that you put into them. That shit is hard at first. But know that you deserve the goodness that you put into the world, especially from the people that are around you. You feel me? So as you are walking down the street and somebody says to you, do you want to buy a mirror? You be like, hell no. What the hell? Where'd you come from? I don't need to look in no damn mirror. Yeah, you do. Because sometimes as you walk by, you trying to figure out why they're telling you to look in a mirror. All out of the blue. Go look at the damn mirror. People say, why are you saying that all out of the blue, Blended? Why? It ain't because we vain. I'm telling you to look in the mirror because sometimes you need to take a look at yourself and see beyond your image and see you. Get out of your comfort zone. You don't have to be the person that always has to be Captain Save a Ho and put on a cape. Sometimes you just got to save your energy. When somebody tells you to put a mirror up, you get agitated. I know. Because somebody that you really don't even know is telling you to do that. And what nerve they have to tell you to look into a damn mirror. Because as soon as somebody tells you that, you be like getting ready to pop off and say, no, you look in the mirror. I'm so glad when I was challenged one time to just stand in the mirror and look at myself. After I got past looking at all of the flaws that I had, then I had to look a little deeper to see what was my story that was behind the image that was looking back at me. Then I had to ask myself, do I like myself the way I am, the way I present myself? Sometimes you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and see if there's any transformation that's happening, not only physically, but mentally and spiritually. Is this where you want to be? You see, mirrors are cut in all different styles and everything else to make us look better in a fucking mirror. But at the end of the day, it's just a facade. Who are you? Who are you? At some point in your journey, you have to ask yourself who you are. You can learn so much by just studying and examining your life experience just by looking in the mirror and seeing past what everybody else sees on the surface. Each day that you look into the mirror of your life, you may discover something new. When looking in the mirror, there is a line that reveals who you are and where you are in your journey. There's days that you look in there and you look exhausted. There's days that you in there grooming yourself, putting on your makeup. There's days when you look in there and you see a gray hair pop out. What does all of this indicate? Behind everything that you see, there's always a reason and a season. Save your energy. Save your energy. Because when you start looking at yourself and you start doing a little deeper, you can always say to yourself that you could do better. Look in the mirror of truth and move past the things that time won't change. To focus on the things that really matter. The things that you can change. Save your energy. They're not listening to you anyway. It's time for you to get back to you. There's always a thin line between love and hate. And both of those emotions have a lot of passion attached to it. One false move can turn a beautiful fit of adoration into a hate fest. Who are you? Who are you? When are you going to stop and take care of yourself? When are you going to start being selfish for 2, 4, 5 minutes of your time? Why are you allowing society, social media, content creators, subscribers send you so many different mixed messages about what to do for yourself? Do they know anything about you? Do they know anything about your level of health? There's a thin line that's crossed almost every day we exist, since we have so many responsibilities and roles that we play. How do you know how to balance and walk that rope effectively when you're the person that everybody comes to? How do you know? How do you know when you look in the mirror who you're really looking at? Is that truly you, or is that the imposter? Or is this all about, I forgot, entertainment, right? Uh, you know when you're doing something to benefit yourself and when you're being completely narcissistic. You see, self-care appears to be very understandable as far as a terminology is concerned. It combines two words, two simple words, self and then care. When you have cloudiness on what these terms mean to you, it can be difficult to know how to actually execute those words, right? Self-preservation, self-care, self-esteem, self-love. You see, self-care means two things, and you need to be very clear about the definition of who you are. And that will help you to care in the most effective way possible for yourself. Stop spending your time concerned with the opinions of other people. Self-care, self-preservation, self-esteem, self-love. Don't make an attempt to fix, do it. In trying to fix everybody else's problems instead of looking at you and your own. There's enough shit that goes on in your life, then you have to worry about the next one. You feel me? Like I told you before, they don't give a fuck about you. Only what you can do for them. You need to be real clear about that. Because at the end of the day, the only person that you got is you. You feel as though if you fix their issues, then you will be automatically fixed, right? But that's not what's going to happen at all. What ends up happening is that you start caring more about other people than yourself. which never gives you the opportunity to love yourself consistently. It's important for you to know who you are in order for you to take care of who you are, to take care of yourself. So if they want to label you the villain because all of a sudden you done stepped off the throne and said, y'all can keep this shit, y'all got it. Y'all got it. You worked hard for that. So I'm going to be the villain and I'm going to let you run that fiction story that you got going on so you can have the extreme level of selfishness. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Uh-huh. That's what you say, right? Because then you'll be accused of being arrogant, or you can be accused of being antagonist because you want to become the villain now and not the savior. When you start saying that, you're going to start being selfish. What that does is it gives a negative connotation to your personality. And sometimes that's needed to make you the protagonist. Right? Selfishness receives a really bad reputation. Selfishness can be a bad thing if you think about the definition of it. You realize that selfishness calls for one to be concerned about their own well-being. Sometimes it's time for you to start being concerned about your own well-being. But you can do that and still be considerate of other people. You just don't have to take on their bullshit. Right? Okay. So where does self-care turn into narcissism? In order for you to answer that question can truly save you a lot of heartache and pain from other people. When you're thinking about those things, when you're attempting to answer that question, who is your concern? You see, because self-care allows you to determine ways to protect your well-being, but you still have empathy for others. Selfishness is not as kind because it will tailor make any situation into being only about you. How do you react when people share? You see, when you practice self-care, you can listen to others and not feel as if their problem is your problem. You have to learn how to detach because you already know what your problems are and you can solve them, right? Yeah, probably not. At least you know what the issues are and what that means to you and how it exists in your life. Selfishness, on the other hand, makes anybody else's problem your own. This is not just, I know what you coming from. It's not that. This is, I've been through exactly the same thing, and this is how it is. You start to make up any and everything about you, even when it's not necessary. What does the silence say to you? You see, people who practice effective self-care has the ability to accept silence. They can use the silence to regroup and to reset so they could be better for themselves and others. You see, selfish people hate silence. And they usually choose one or two ways to deal with it. They are never alone. That's number one. They want to be around people for the company and to have somebody to complain to. Or it could be they are never alone and they want to be around people to listen to their problems and ignore their own. Choose one. So when you're sitting here thinking about those questions, determine if you are practicing what is best for your well-being or damaging you for everybody else. Like I said to you before, people don't give a fuck as long as you're in a helping business. They don't care about you. And that's keeping it a buck. And if you do have people who truly care about you, that rally to your side, and not because you flicked on the bat signal, not because the cape falls out of the sky, not because they're running to your rescue, but just to really, truly care and reach out and see how you do for a change. As they say, who takes care of the person who takes care of everybody else? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's a person that takes care of all? Not as though you're looking for any type of reward or any type of accolades for it. But I'm going to tell you this. If somebody supports you, support them back. If somebody cares about you, care for them back. You don't have to be all absorbed in their life. You could be detached and love from a distance. Go with your own values. Go with your own thoughts. Go with your own feelings. So that way, when you really truly look in that mirror and you truly do see the person behind the facade, that you could truly start to love and accept yourself for who you are. It ain't easy. It's not. But it's a necessary thing to do. And I'm done. I'm done. Be well, stay safe, and I shall see you all very, very soon.
Prince, look, everybody ain't your dog, hope you know that. They moving funny, trust yourself, learn to fall back. Gotta watch these bitches too, shit, they the grimiest ones. Once you show them how you really live and they after your funds. Sometimes you gotta separate for you to elevate. They gon' scream they love you, but it's really hate. Shit is just a guessing game, can't really tell until it hit the fan. But then it's too late, you could be a dead man. I don't trust none for real, fuck how you niggas feel. You ain't like my brother or my sister, I ain't trying to build. I just want a couple prezzies and diamonds to ice the bezzy. A free chick that put her legs up like Flexi Lexi. This Instagram got niggas all confused, cause they judging off the likes versus really how they move. You think you know me, you ain't got a blues clue now. You don't fuck with me, but I ain't never fuck with you, nigga.
Saying, you know, a lot of us don't realize that there are people in our lives that come with an expiration date. Some people in our lives, unfortunately, have an expiration date. Everyone's not meant to be in your life forever. The key is to know when it's time to cut them off, because, you know, sometimes the most hate you get is from your inner circle, like where the support is supposed to come from. And you have to be mindful of that and go, you know, as I'm making this step to the next level, it's not that I changed, but it's that you're not ready to go with me to this next level. You holding me back. So your time is up. I appreciated the time we had, but now I got to move on. And, you know, I had to do that at various times in my life. And I'm not saying it like it's an easy thing to do. It's definitely a hard thing to do, but it's necessary to detox your life at different phases of your journey.
The biggest mistake a nigga could make is thinking that it's love. Thinking that niggas could be friends. We ain't really friends, it's just all business, my nigga. Niggas will smile in your face, keep keying, laughing, and tell you that, oh yeah, you my nigga, you my brother. All that shit fake, man. All that shit fake. That's all whole shit. These niggas will see a nigga with his head blowed off, see him locked up, and be like, dang, he was a cool nigga. And none of that shit real, my nigga. I don't believe in love, man. I don't believe in that kind of love. Love is love. I don't believe in this fake love. These niggas like meet a nigga and be like, oh shit, it's my brother. Nigga, I don't know you.